Hello guys, welcome back to another Lumley trading video. In today's video, we're going to be doing the day trading recap for September 16th. Now, we are recording this a bit late, and because of that, we will give you an extra kind of bonus tip at the end of this video on what we're looking at for today's trading day, because it's going to be uploaded about an hour or two before the market opens, or an hour before the open. So let's go over to the Discord. We'll show you exactly what we were looking at for yesterday. So what are we looking at? We're bullish on the QQQs. We have a range to fill. This is at 47468 to 47514. Chances are that we are fill again. Then when we have these gaps, if the gaps up here, price is down here, we expect price to come and fill it. Again, that's normally the bias for the day. That will create our bias. If we have a range to fill, that's our bias. And we also have upside gaps on the NQ as confluence. So normally if you got gaps over on the NQs to come up and fill, and you got the range, there's normally a good chance that it will try and fill those that same day. But again, we never enter blindly. Use momentum indicators as confirmation. Or we can wait for the hold of the 47304 moving average. So by entering blindly, it doesn't mean, okay, price is here, we expect price to go to here. We don't just buy instantly a call just expecting price to do that, because again, if we do that, yeah, sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you're going to lose. So it's all about how can we get good enough entries where even if we're wrong, we make money. And that would have been really important today, because if you know how QQQs moved yesterday, we didn't actually quite fill this range, or not during market hours. We filled it after hours. So knowing that, you should have still made money today if you trade this strategy. And again, we'll go through all of it. So firstly, expect price to magnet down. So we did talk about this. So we expect to drop on the open. NQs, you have the 50 SMA. You also had it on the Qs, just a bit lower. So if we go over to the chart, you can see the Qs 50 SMA down there. And over on the NQ futures, it was here. So we expected this one guaranteed. And then again, we had this shy of it, so then we expect price to come back down and hit it there, because again, when you come that close to it, you're normally going to come and fill it. So again, we missed it there. You got to push away. Chances are you'll then come back down to then come and magnet to that moving average as well. Again, that's how we use moving averages on this channel. Magnet here, we just talked about that. Cool. Now, looking for long entry. So this is kind of like an entry. But again, you're looking for the RSI mag. We want a divergence or a break of the middle line to retest and hold. When we talk about these middle lines, this is this 50 line down here, halfway through the RSI, or the 0 line on the MACD. And what we want is a break above this level and a hold. This gives us confirmation. If we're holding this top range, we're going to continue up and we're going to fill that gap. Again, when we came down here, we were looking, okay, will we get some sort of divergence? No. Then we're looking for, can we hold at the top side of the RSI? Coming into here, you do kind of get a test here. So that could be your confirmation long to start looking at some long entries. Again, in this case, you can see it didn't work all the way. It just provided you a nice scalp up move. But again, on these moves, you're already up. And again, we actually did post the exact entries we were looking at. If we go over to this Discord, so okay, cool, we'll go over to here, and then it's all about finding entry. So again, so we went through that exact same thing. We said, okay, we're looking for a hold or whatever, and then we have a gap to fill on the NQs. This was created 7 minutes after we posted that. This is where we can get starter size for longs, but again, not proper size, because we still have no confirmation. We'll only be taking one contract, and again, we're looking at the 474 calls, 0 day to expiration. So it just means current day options. Obviously, we're trading QQQs. Now, how do we get that entry? Gap created here on the NQs. You come back, you retest it right there. That's our long entry. Why is that our long entry? So we've had a MACD cross down here, which again gives us a bit of confirmation to the upside. You see the MACD flipping from red to green. RSI, we have no confirmation on RSI. So again, that's why we're definitely not with full size. We're getting no confirmation. And again, we are still trying to essentially buy this falling knife. So that just gives us an early entry where we can definitely get some scalp points. So that's our entry. And again, if we put up the options, you can see they did a lovely bounce off that level. So if we zoom out here on the options, I'll put it over here. Actually, I'll put it over here because, again, we did the entries off the futures. So again, our entry was at 941. So we go to 941 on the options. What happened here? 941, this candle here. And again, we bought the bottom of this candle. Why? Because at the bottom of that candle is where the gap filled. And again, if you look in the Discord, we told you exactly where we got filled. 71 cents. So we missed the bottom by 1 point, or 1 tick, sorry, or 1 cent. Because again, we bought this pullback here. You can see it went down to 70 and we bought at 71. So we bought in exactly here and we were in for this upside move. Now, again, we didn't fill the range that we wanted, but did we still make money? Of course we did, because look at the percentage move. So 71 you get in. At the peak, you're up 100%. 100% is always your key guidance. Here, either you can trade it in multiple different ways. Either you take your profits there completely, you take half your size, or at a minimum, you're moving stops. So no matter what, that trade shouldn't have turned red. And again, if you have more size, the way we'll always trade these is we'll kind of scalp them out. So you get this first move anyway. You'll be up 30, 40% normally on this move. Yeah, 30% on that move. So again, once you're up that kind of money, you should never be turning a trade red. Or definitely not into a big red by any means. So again, you get those first scalp moves and then you can look in for the bigger trend move. And again, if it did the actual fill that we wanted, these options would have been up a few 100%. But again, we never know if it's going to completely do that right away. And a lot of times you'll get a big move like this, you'll pull back and then you'll do the run. So it's never a bad thing to be locking in profits. And again, we did put that exactly in the Discord already. Already up 15% if you just want a scalp. Kind of wanted to be holding to 150 a contract, but again, overall just 100%. Over 50, no way this should turn red, just saying that. Okay, coming into NQ VWAP, not a bad place to take profits and get in a pullback if you want to continue the move. And that is the main thing for that. So again, that's that trade plan kind of sorted. Again, you need to manage your own risk. Because again, we are different types of traders. Sometimes you're going to be a scalper, sometimes you're going to be a day trader, sometimes you're going to be a trader who wants to go exactly from entry all the way to TP or stop loss. So again, your risk to management may be different than mine, but overall, you should still be in for the bulk of that move. Now, again, we still had some feeling that we would come down here because we got so shy of that 50 SMA before. So what we were looking for, if we haven't moved back down here, these can be our re-entry longs. So again, this was all posted in the Discord along the calls again. And if we pull on the option chart, again, this time we'll pull it on over here. You can see around 10.44 we come down to this price. So that's when we're kind of in this range down here. Contracts are 25 cents. And what did we put in chat? Long calls average 25 cents. Now, if we're in average here, so we would have actually gotten closer to 11. You know, even on that move alone, you're making 130%. Again, there is no way this trade should be turning red. If you're up that much, you should at least be taking some profits when you're up 100%. So again, both of these calls, this just really shows you the importance of entry. That was basically everything we kind of covered, but what you'll see is the importance of entry is we never got that range fill that we wanted all the way up here. But we were able to make money on that move and that move. And again, that's just having reasons for entry and kind of a confirmation for entry, or just risk management that makes sense for entry. For example, the options were 25 cents. If we come and fill that range, they'll be worth over 100. That's a 400% risk. 400% risk, or well, 1 to 4 risk to reward. That's always going to make sense every day of the week. If we're still this early in the day, we were only 10:30 in the day, chances are we would come up and fill it. In this case, we couldn't quite break that 423 fib extension from it. And that kept being our resistance. And again, when you see this, if you see bounce, normally the third ones, don't expect it to always break through. Normally you're going to get some nice pullback trades. And so that's kind of how we were looking at that as well. And again, you can kind of see we did come and finally fill it all the way after hours. So again, you still expect these to fill, normally get them same day. Sometimes it can take a bit longer, that's fair enough. But overall, that would normally be our dark price for the day. And in this case, that's how we should have, or you should have still made money today, even if you got the bias wrong. Now, I said we would give you a bonus tip at the end of this video because this was uploaded late. So I'm going to give you, before the Discord gets it or anything, how we get our over under level for the day. So today we have retail sales. This is a move we created on the queues. If we go over to the N queues, I'll put it on all of these just so you know what we're looking at. This is how we get our over under level, and again, the way we use these over under levels, if an over under level is here, if you're above it, you're taking longs, if you're below it, you're looking for shorts, and you normally just look to trend the move. So NQ futures, this is, well, the best way to do it is off a 5-minute candle, but in this case you can normally just look at it and see. This is your 5-minute data candle on NQs. You put a level at the top, level at the bottom. This is your over under level. So when you're within the range, you can kind of expect it to kind of just bounce and kind of fill it. But again, that's a harder trade. If you want the cleanest trade opportunities, it's you come down, you either bounce off this level and you played a scalp long, or you come into this level, you scalp short. The main trade opportunity is going to come when you break above or under this level, you break, you retest, you're looking for shorts. On the other hand, if you break above this level, you come back, you test it as a support, we can now look for longs. That's going to be how you use these levels. Very easy. You don't really have to trade within the range if you don't want to. The easiest trading opportunity is going to be there to there, or again break below, retest, and then you look for shorts for the day and you fill your downside targets. Again, these have actually been filled, so ignore those for now, but overall that's how you use it. I'll go through the exact same thing real quick on ES and SPY, just so you have the over under levels there. So again, you go to the 5-minute highs and lows. That's going to be 5, 6, 5, 58 on the SPY. And the 5-minute low is actually down here at 5, 6, 4, 75. So again, these are your over under levels on SPY. Exact same thing that you're looking to do on those. So again, you can make those white if you prefer. And I'm going to give you one more tip, just because why not? Normally we'll fib these levels. Fib that, again, you still get your over under level, there you go, fine. These golden pockets are normally going to be quite a key level and give you a sense of direction. And if you're scalping these levels, use that as target. If you're scalping that level, use that as target. But again, this 50 line will normally give you a nice confirmational move. So if you're holding this, that you can also look for longs, shorts. Again, these are more advanced, but just something to start looking out for if you want to get more used to them. But again, the cleanest trading opportunity is always going to be a break of the level down to short into target. And again, we can always inverse these. So if we just flip this around the other way, same thing. If you break above here, you retest, hold that as a support. Your first target is going to be there. That's how we use the news range. So I hope you enjoyed the recap. Hope you enjoyed these pre-market tips. Let me know if that's helpful in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one and in today's recap. Peace.